Talk about it. If you really believe and gotta talk about it. You heard about what happens when you talk about it.
Yes, let's talk about it. Like J. Cole said, let's talk about it. Now, have you been to my website, viesme.com? I do daily blogs and weekly vlogs, like the one I'm doing right now. And my vlogs are bomb.
If I do say so myself.
So please check them out at www.viesme.com. www.viesme.com. Also, if you don't know, I am in the process of self-publishing my very first book. I am getting my life by telling my life. I am exposing abuse and trauma. I know it affects many, many people across racial lines, economic lines, generations, and I took a stand to expose my truth and hoping that it will help others share their truth. So it's kind of like a passive forward type of deal, a journey into finding yourself. So definitely check out the content I have on my website. I want you to be just as involved as I am and make this a community thing. So definitely check it out. And if you do like my content, please share as always. And if you want to support me getting my book out there faster, definitely drop a donations. And don't forget to subscribe. So, this video is going to be about Gavin, aka Cosmo. Now, last week we had the shooting out in Houston by Micah X, which his real name is Micah Johnson, but I guess they were trying to make him seem like a political Malcolm X, Black Panther Party, Black consciousness, because they kept on showing him with the dashiki. However, he was in the military, but they didn't want to show him in military garb, and they were trying to associate him with Professor Griff. And Professor Griff is a well-known member of the Public Enemy group. They were a rap group in the 80s, and they were really big because they were on Black consciousness and talked about Black issues. And Professor Griff quickly disassociated himself with Micah because he didn't know him. Micah was also taking pictures with other people. Like I said, he was in his dashiki, so people just assumed that he was Black consciousness, and therefore he went like Dan Freeman from The Spook Who Sat by the Door. And if you haven't seen that movie, I highly suggest that you do. You know, you can find anything on the internet, especially on YouTube. It's def on YouTube. Just search The Spook Who Sat by the Door and you'll definitely find that video. Now, for the conspiracy angle of it all, is that Micah supposedly had no Facebook, had no friends coming out and speaking on his behalf. He was just a lone wolf, like no address, no family, no nothing, just there. And people were like, so how is he 25 with no Facebook, with no friends, with no family? Like, he's just there and he just happens to go Rambo and he happens to just shoot him up, bang bang, and there's nobody to claim the body. There's nobody to come out in the media and be like, hey, that's my brother, that's my boyfriend, I'm the 4th grade teacher. Like, no one. So people were kind of veering off to other things like Pokemon Go and Taylor Swift getting dragged by Kim Kardashian. Then all of a sudden, then comes Gavin Cosmo. And Gavin Cosmo was a man who went on kind of a Rambo-like shooting down in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, on the behalf of Alton Sterling, because Alton Sterling was killed by the Baton Rouge Police Department. That was one of the reasons that motivated Micah Johnson to go out there and kill police officers in Houston, as well as Philando Castile being murdered in Minnesota. So I'm making this video because one of my Twitter friends, Kiki Speaks, and I did a wonderful interview with her earlier this year. So if you go to viesme.com on my website and the YouTube and events page, you can definitely read that interview. It was really great. She's very nice. The interview is about my book, Memoirs of a Forgotten Child. Don't forget, it will be coming out August 1st of 2016 on Amazon Kindle. I'll definitely put the information below in the description box. Please check it out. And if you want a little snippet a brief excerpt, some synopsis of it. It's definitely on the website, but the synopsis and the excerpts and details all the way back to February when I started releasing some is on my Instagram. My Instagram is VIEIS_ME. V is _me. And you can definitely check out past excerpts. And definitely support this young, ambitious Black Negro with purchasing Memoirs of a Forgotten Child on Amazon Kindle. Now back to the video. So now we have Cosmo coming out there, and he's associated by picture, not associated like we cool, we play golf, we smoke cigars, it's my bestie, we call each other on the phone. No, associated by we took a picture together, and that's that. I don't know you, we're not besties, I didn't even know your name until this event. Association. I had to put that out there clear so people don't be like, oh my god, they were friends. I'm like, no, they weren't. I did not say that. He was association sort of kind of with Boyce Watkins. He actually signed up for one of his classes, the business classes that Boyce Watkins often advertises. And he also took a picture with Zoe Williams. And Zoe Williams is very known for being a smarty arty. And I mean that with the most respect. He knows everything there needs to know about everything. He has his own show called the Zoe What Morning Show. I listen to that. Not live, but I do watch it every time he uploads it on YouTube. Definitely check him out. He has so much information. I'm just like, how do you stuff that in your brain? And he also took pictures with Tariq Nasheed, I believe. And if you watch, if you follow this channel, I've been talking about these people. Boyce Watkins ain't new. I think Zoe Williams the first time I actually mentioned him on this channel. I mentioned Tariq Nasheed in the last video. I mentioned Tariq Nasheed in my last video on my other YouTube channel, VIEIS_me, and that's all in caps. It's just like my Instagram name is just all in caps. That's my other channel where I talk about mental health and sexual abuse, sexual trauma. So if you want to check out that channel, definitely check that out too. But yes, Tariq Nasheed is a man of all trades, like I said last time. He is an author, he is a film director, he is a lecturer, he's an all-around guy. And he took a picture, I believe, with Cosmo too. And after, every time there's a big attack and there's an explosion or something goes on, they try to connect everybody with everybody. Even though people don't really know each other like that, they try to connect them. And what I'm starting to see is that they're trying to build a picture. The new so-called terrorist looks like a Black revolutionary man. And this ain't nothing new. We already know this since the Black Panther Party. We knew this since Marcus Garvey. And we already knew this since Nat Turner. This ain't new. The images shift, but the angle's still the same. Y'all remember the underwear bomber? And the whole thing was Muslims, and Muslims are coming here illegally, and Muslims this and Muslims that. But they always portrayed the Muslim as black. The underwear bomber, he was black. So the whole real attack is on blackness because we live in a system of white supremacy and racism. So this ain't new. But it seems like they're trying to revamp that image of the real terrorist, the real homegrown person that you need to watch out for is the angry revolutionary Black man. And you see that because I remember this YouTube channel called, it's actually two people who have different YouTube channels, but they came together and made one YouTube channel. One's name is Prince Solomon and the other one is Sincere Ignorance, and they came together and they made a channel called Thought Crimes. And it was Prince who said that they're trying to collectively grab well-known Black men specifically who come out here and they talk about Black issues, Black consciousness, Black people coming together. Since the killings and the murders of Black men on camera this year, specifically with the Alton Sterling and the Philando Castile, Black people have been taking their money and putting it in Black banks. And the person who took charge of this movement was actually the rapper Killer Mike. And he went on an Atlanta radio show and told people like, hey, this system treats you like dogs. This system does not like you. This system is not for you. And your money is power. So I challenge every Black person who can hear me, take your money and put it in the Black banks. Black banks have been receiving so much new people opening accounts, they're damn near at the brink of turning people down. Of course, they're not going to do that because they're a business, they're a bank, but it's so overwhelming and it's appreciative because of what Killer Mike has said. But also with the times, Black consciousness is on the rise. You hear the word white supremacy in the media. You hardly heard white supremacy in the media. White supremacy was something that was never spoken about. Racism, prejudice, those are the words you hear. Now we specifically put it out in the media that no, this is called white supremacy. This is the system. Not only is conversations like House Negro and Field Negroes being talked in lectures or online or with your friends, it's actually spoken out in the media. It's actually put out there. I was watching today an interview with, what's his name? ASAP Rocky. You know, the pretty nigga from Harlem, who's swag and trippy and trill and all this other shit, right? He a year ago was like, look, I'm not Jesse Jackson, I'm not Al Sharpton, I'm not here for all these Black issues. I'm here to get my way, bitches. I'm here to be on fleek. I'm here to be pretty. I'm here to wear designer men's clothes. And another thing, off topic, which you know how I roll. It's funny, a lot of these rappers will wear gay designers clothes, but then turn around and say faggots, but have no problem being dressed by faggots. But anyways, the hypocrisy of it all. Won't support Black businesses, but will support gay people that they don't really necessarily co-sign their lifestyle. But anyways, so he came out a year ago and said some real offhanded comments about Black people, and it came out in the media. I think he did a little lecture, a little meeting at Oxford University, and that opened the bag to what he said last year. And people were giving him mad flack about it, which they should. I'm not saying that you shouldn't have, because you should. Don't forget, you once was a Harlem nigga, dodging bullets, listening to cop sirens, living that nitty gritty life, that government cheese life. But now that you're the face for Dion and you're doing this and you're meeting that and your designer clothes, you're far removed. And I'm like, you're one traffic ticket away from being recognized that you're Black. Okay, so he went on a Breakfast Club and was talking, and he was trying to apologize, but not really. And what really stuck out to me in the whole interview was like, I'm coming out and speaking this is because I'm pushed to. It's not that I desire to. It's because I'm Black and people ask me for my opinion. And that to me was like, turn this shit off. It's just bogus. Jesse Williams, especially a lot of y'all who have a colorism complex. It's funny, y'all. A lot of y'all who was talking greasy about Jesse Williams, that he's not Black enough to talk about Black issues, but would have no problem with a Jesse Williams if he had a vagina. And I'm not talking about tranny. If he was born a girl, you'd be perfectly fine with it. It's like you co-sign colorism if it's on a female, but when it's a male, it's a problem. But anyways, a lot of y'all was giving him flack for speaking the Black truth, because I guess he's not as dark as Wesley Snipes, but Wesley Snipes has never came out and spoke on Black issues. But y'all let ASAP Rocky get away with it, and y'all perfectly fine with it. Y'all want ASAP Rocky to be on a Jesse Williams tip, but he's not. Jesse could have played it safe. He has the color for it. He got the exotic features, quote unquote. He has blue eyes. If he didn't want to speak on Black issues, people would not press him. He could have said pretty and said, look, I'm exotic, I'm yellow bone, I'm mixed, I'm different. I don't have to speak on Black issues. Truth be told, if he didn't come out here and made that speech, a lot of y'all wouldn't even know that he was Black. You would have thought he was some type of Hispanic or something other than Black. But he did. He risked his finances. He risked his reputation. He risked his show that he's on that is popular, just to speak on the behalf of all Blacks, including the dark-skinned Wesley Snipes of the world who wouldn't talk on your behalf. And ASAP Rocky was like, look, I'm coming out here and speaking this because I'm the face of Dior, and Black people's asking me for my opinion, and I don't want people to look at me like I don't really care, but low-key, I really don't care. I understand that I'm Black, and I understand I'm from Harlem, but, you know, I moved on up. But you know, in spirit, I'm down with the cause. And I'm like, are y'all eating this bullshit? Because I'm not. And it just reminds you that a lot of niggas don't realize that they're still niggas. And I mean this in the most sincerest, non-degrading manner. What I mean by that is, it does not matter how light, bright, damn near white, how much education you have, how tall, what school you go to, what car you drive, what job position you have. One traffic stop all reminds us that, yep, we're black. If you haven't noticed with how the police are running things right now, if you got a hint of melanin in your skin, oh yeah, you could get it. We are one hashtag away. So it just blows my mind that a lot of these entertainers just be on some other bullshit. But when they get their nigga wake up call, aka OJ, all of a sudden they get it. But back to the original point of this video, because you know I could always sidetrack, but back to the original topic. I find it interesting that they're tying in different groups of black men to these rogue, conscious, or appearance to be conscious black men who are shooting up cops. Now, I'm not co-signing shooting up cops, but I am for your amendment right. You have the right to protect yourself, and if you feel that protecting yourself means blasting, then go for it. You have to blast. It is a dog eat dog world. It is bias. I'm going to protect my life before I protect your life. As an officer, you are trained to protect all lives. You put your life at risk. But shooting someone because they supposedly had a busted taillight, but now we found out it's because he has a wide nose, that's not an excuse. Shooting someone because they're selling CDs in front of a store that they had permission to do so, that's not an excuse. But I'm starting to see that the media, whoever's pulling strings, maybe these are little agents, I don't know. But they're starting to try to pull the heartstrings of America, especially white America, to be like, don't have sympathies for these blacks. Black Lives Matter is a terrorist group. You know, be pro-white and hate other people, because look at them. They're going after the cops. They are targeting the cops. I mean, what was their angle? They didn't do anything. That cop didn't do anything. It was a few bad apples. Why are they going rogue? Why are they killing? That doesn't make sense. This is senseless. Yada, yada, yada. But none of them wants to say, hey, this whole system is fucked up. And I understand why people are going ham on these streets, because people are scared for their lives. And people don't want to be targeted. People just want peace. So, ultimately, Kiki Speaks, what do I think of this? I do think a lot of these black consciousness, I mean the Tyreek Nasheeds, the Umar Johnsons, even TBA, Professor Grift, and a whole bunch of others, Zoe Williams, whoever has a powerful platform and they're heard and people listen to them, people value them, people support them, I would say, hey, watch your back, have extra protection. If a person's real too close, want to just rub shoulders with you like that, and you don't really know them, they're kind of sketchy, they don't really have a back history, I would peep that, because what I'm starting to see, like Prince said, they're trying to connect and revamp the face of real terrorism as a black man. It's the conscious black man. It's not the thug, it's not the super predator, it's the conscious black man. So now the dashiki is going to be the same symbolism as ISIS now. So what I would say is, black people, continue your consciousness, continue speaking your truth, continue uplifting and enlightening people, but don't rely on celebrities, especially black celebrities, because they're flippy floppy and they're about their own. They got a couple millions in their bank account and they forgot they were black. And what I will say, the average black person, be aware of your surroundings, not only with these killer cops, but there's also people who are trying to bait you. Now you have freedom of speech, but you just can't say shit. That's what I really noticed with freedom of speech. You can say whatever the fuck you want to say with freedom of speech, but you can't say shit. If you want to talk about Taylor Swift being dragged, if you want to talk about Kim Kardashian's nudes, if you want to talk about the NBA, you have all the liberty in the world. But when you want to talk about white supremacy, when you want to talk about nation building, when you want to talk about protecting yourself and arming yourself, all is on it. There's a knock on the door, people are questioning you, Facebook is shutting down your shit, you're being tracked. You can have freedom of speech. You could speak on anything you want to speak about. It just can't be about shit. It has to be the most redundant basic, trivial, arbitrary things and viral. If it's about something, ain't nobody gonna let you speak your truth, because your truth may awaken the masses, and the masses may turn around on the people who are manipulating them. So that is my thought on the current reality as we speak as Black people. Again, be safe, y'all. Be safe, y'all. Be safe, y'all. I am so for going and supporting Black businesses, because I'm a Black business myself. Memoirs of a Forgotten Child coming August 1st on Amazon Kindle. Please support, and I will be putting the link to the pre-order in the description box. But also support Black businesses. Like, I made this tweet and I said, we often participate in our own prejudice and our own disrespect because it's convenient. I know the bodegas across the street, and I know all Black owned businesses across town, but please, if you can, go across town and support that Black business, because they need your Black dollars, because Black dollars matter, and if you have a Black bank near you, open up a bank account. You don't have to put all your money in, but put a little something in there, that's what I'm going to do myself. Actually, I do have an appointment coming up this week to go to a Black owned bank in my state, Massachusetts, and opening up a bank account for my business, because like I said, I am an author. I wrote Memoirs of a Forgotten Child. So do the best that you can, because you can't complain about the system, but you actively participate in your denigration. You actively participate in your downfall. You can't be like, oh my God, the system sucks. Oh my God, white supremacy. Oh my God, racism. But I'm going to CVS, and I'm going to Walmart, and I'm going to Target, and I'm going to Nike, and you can't talk out of both sides of your face. So yeah, that's my video. Hopefully this answered your question, Kiki. Hopefully this was beneficial to anybody who's going to see this video. And like I said, support Black businesses as much as you can. Protect yourself. That means being armed, but also being smart. You might like that video, or you might like that picture that expresses how you feel about the cops, but it may be bait by the cops or whomever to get you in trouble and get you locked up. So please think smart. Be rational. Don't let social media world let you think that this is your therapy and you can just spill out all your emotions and act crazy, because there's repercussions for it. Especially if you got a 9-to-5, you are not a viber and you're working for the system. You can't be sitting here talking all this blase blah the third, knowing that could be your job, your livelihood, and etc. Be smart. So comment, rate, subscribe, and share. Share this with whomever you think this is beneficial. Share this with all your friends on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, wherever. Share this with all you Black consciousness and thoughts people. Don't hide your consciousness, but be smart about it. Be strategic. Be planning. Don't be all here rah-rah and putting all your business out there like I done heard. Don't let your left hand know what your right hand is doing, or maybe it's don't let your right hand know what your left hand's doing. Basically, be strategic out in these streets. Be blessed, and I am out.